When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Welcome back, shot callers, to episode 5 in this 6 series with Stefan Labas, executive health coach based in the beautiful Belvoir Hotel in Rouge-le-Con. He's here to get into the Sherlock Holmes cause and effect. And so today we're going to get a little bit deeper into this series about how we can really design, discover, and just live our best life physically, emotionally, spiritually. So I'm excited for that. But before we go into this thing we've been teasing you about, the super learning, Psych K, which I'm super excited about, we're going to just do a little bit of a recap so that we just kind of bring it all together for you, because we're now on episode 5. We've got one more left after this one. And so I'm just going to go through this with Stefan. First of all, Stefan, welcome to the podcast, episode 5.
Thank you for having me here again.
You are definitely the record holder now for appearances on this podcast. So well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Nice.
Okay, good. So let's recap our journey. In episode 1, Stefan, you told us about how you were super fit, doing karate, being a trainer, working during the day, preparing for competitions in the evening. And that even though you were a very fit, physically fit 20-something-year-old, you had a burnout because it was just too much on your body and your mind. And that sent you down the kind of a seek out path to find some solutions and try something that worked, because you were just not getting better for a while.
Yeah.
Is that a fair summary?
Absolutely. It brought it on the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we say, sometimes you live forward, but you understand your life backwards.
Oh, yeah.
So, sometimes you need to go through a deep hole to understand something new, to change something in your life. And if I wouldn't have had that experience in my past, then I would not have developed as I developed. And I would not have become the person that I am today with the things that I'm able to do today. And I'm grateful for that now, for the lessons. Even back then, they were painful, they were devastating, they were horrible, but it makes you grow if you don't feel sorry for yourself all the time. And if you get up again and keep going, then they make you grow.
It's it's really funny because most of the time, and this is going to sound very out of left field, but all the women listening will know what I'm talking about. And your wife will also agree with this, I'm very sure. When women get together and we're, blah, 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 blah. And eventually we start talking about our births. And never or rarely does anybody say, oh, I just had the easiest birth. It was no problem. I mean, even if they did have an easy birth, they don't really brag about it. But you sit there and you talk about the misery and the toughness and this happened and that happened. But we all know it came out okay, right? Because we're now 5, 10, 15, 20 years away from whatever that point was.
Yeah.
But I heard a great quote that goes back to connection happens in the cracks. We connect with people through adversity, often through challenges and getting through something. And even though at the time we're like, this sucks, why did this happen to me? But twisting your thinking around, okay, this has happened to me. I can't change that. So now what am I going to do about it? What's my framework of, getting through this? And then you get through it and you're sort of like, wow, I'm stronger than I thought I was. Or look at the path that I'm now on, which is probably much better than had nothing happened to me. And I just, carried on kind of doing things maybe that weren't fulfilling, but I did them because there was no big obstacle to turn me in another direction.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
women's
definitely.
birth stories.
Yeah,
What can you say? He's like, yeah, okay.
it's true, because I've been there also with the birth of my wife, so I
Yes,
know how it was.
you know it's
So
not easy. You know it's not easy.
I
Never
have
goes
not
to
felt
plan.
it, but I've seen it and
Oh
I've heard
man,
it, and
tell you what, that never ever goes to plan. Okay, so then this one, the second episode resonated with me because taking the time for yourself, the meeting with myself, the reflection. I think that's so powerful. I can see how a ton of people would like the idea and will never do it.
mm,
But I'm telling you right now, I think it's so important to schedule that time,
mm,
as you already know, um, and really look what did you do that you feel good about? What didn't you do, but without shaming yourself?
mm,
Having your four quadrants,
mm.
and then saying, okay, you know what? Now, what's important to me in these next 3 months or so to look at?
Yeah, this is as I said, it was kind of, in my life so far, so far the last 50 years, I was kind of always experiencing things in my life. So I'll get problems, difficulties, and had to figure it out how to do it. And out of that, I started to study what I've done in the past. So that concept for meeting myself was just it was just an effect, or a result out of my problems that I had, or my customers' problems, and I couldn't help them to figure things out till I started to realize, hey, that's what we have to do, guys, with us, with our own body, as a CEO of our own health. We have to do exactly that. And then I started to apply that in my own life with myself. And I figured out, wow, that really works. And then I started to apply it into my customers' concepts, and it worked also.
You know what? I have to show you. It's going to be, apologies, listeners. It might be noisy for a second. I have this facing my computer. Can you see it?
Holy,
Now,
hey.
I was probably too much of an overeager student, and I wrote down too much, but I'm learning. And so I have now this is my first time, right? So now we'll go back.
Yeah.
I've already put it in my calendar.
Yeah.
And I'll say, okay, Shannon, you did too much in each quadrant, right? Because
Yeah.
I did, like, let's just look at the movement. I want to plan inversions. I want to do inversions each week, right? But I also wanted to do 4 times a week in bed by 9:15. I want to, I did do this. I scheduled a mammogram and a colonoscopy, but I don't know if that goes here. Anyway, maybe that's too detailed. But the idea was about my health, like really just kind of going in, okay, these are not fun things to do, but you need to do them. 1 week a run, I do that in pretty good. That's already in my routine, my habit. Get my VO2 max level up. Is that something that fits in here? Is that too detailed?
No. You can put everything in there, and you also, don't forget, you learn, you develop yourself. This time you do it like that. And next time you think, yeah, well, that was too much, or that now I change it a little bit. Put everything in that pops up in you. Don't think too much about it. Don't overthink it. Just put things in that at the moment seems to make sense for you.
Yeah. Okay.
And let it work.
Yeah.
So
and then working towards getting my resting heartbeat below 60 was another physical one. Now, one last question before we move on, because this is, I'm cross with myself that I didn't ask you this in the first podcast. These are your 4 quadrants: nutrition, active relaxation, mental training, and focus and movement. Anybody could do their own 4, or do you kind of think that these are really integral? Like, and where would your business goals go? Would they go down here, mental training and focus?
I would, so that was the sheet that I have developed for my life.
Yes.
Us, for my mind, body, for everything, that I'm able to have a nice family, a good family, that I'm able to have a nice relationship, that I'm able to have a nice company. But of course, now what you can do one of them for your company.
Okay.
That would
You
be
could hear me right.
that would be something that you could do. You could do
I
something for you.
see.
You
Personal.
could do one that you say like my company, and
Yeah.
you could do one that you could say like my family, and then you could make 4 quadrants. And in
Mm-hmm.
your company, you make one. It's, I don't know, marketing,
Mm-hmm.
customer, whatever all the 4 quadrants are. But
Podcast sponsors.
yeah, podcast sponsors, whatever it needs to be on,
Yeah.
to be aware of
Yeah.
and see of like a plan.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that. And I think from my learning experience here was, and like you said, I mean, I'm not beating myself up, but you go in and you put too many things in each quadrant, you can overwhelm yourself. And then then you go back and you're like, well, crap, I only did 2 out of 6. But in the end, actually, if you do properly implement or change 2 important things, that's actually a huge success. So it's kind of how we frame it. We need to not set ourselves up for failure, right?
Absolutely. So you develop, you develop, you're realizing things. Hey, next time when you do the same thing, you realize maybe, oh, wow, that was too much in. I just take a few out. I just take only 2 or 3 in. So you start to develop your own system by your experience, by doing it, not overthinking it, how that you should do it perfect. You just do it. And along the way, you maybe make things that are not the way that you think they are beneficial for you. Then you take out less, but you can do it different because people are different. Some people have 20 things in it. I only have 2 or 3.
Right.
But
I feel that's
it doesn't matter how much
way.
I have. It matters. The most thing what matters is if is it going to help you or not.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that matters in the end.
I love my quotes. And so this is a good one. Don't make perfection the enemy of progress.
Yeah.
Right. So don't focus on being perfect. Rather just focus on doing something. Like you said, just do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't go forward thinking, you have to everything perfectly done. Just get out there and bloody do it. You'll fix it. You'll fix it along the way. Okay. So for me, that resonated so much. So people, if you feel like you need a little structure, not too much like overwhelming structure, but a little structure, but also just some time to yourself. I mean, I took a walk to Adlisville in the rain. It didn't care. It was just lovely. And I just had a great time. So then we went in episode 3 to talk about goal setting and the power of the subconscious. And Stefan explained to us how much more powerful the subconscious is versus the conscious. And that willpower is not going to sustain us into really material, sustainable goals, right? The conscious willpower, it's got to come deeper within you. You've got to tap into that subconscious.
Exactly. So it's not so much about what you achieve. It's about how you become.
Yeah.
As you said the other day. But it's true. It's about how you become.
Yeah.
And not so much what you achieve, because what you achieve will be important, but how you become when you achieve that, it's more important. How you feel, who you are, what you do when you have all that, whatever you want.
And on the topic of finances, I also am trying to get that message, a similar type of message across, that really being wealthy is not about how many things you have and buy. It's what kind of life can you live? What things can you do that you enjoy doing because you've got some financial security? So rather than I've got to, have this fancy car to show myself being successful, or I've got to, go on exotic holidays. I mean, I want to travel. With wealth, I will increase my travel, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to like 10x the exoticness of the travel. I mean, certainly I would like to maybe do some nicer things, but the idea is actually the cultural experience for me. So just tying wealth into that topic. Okay. Then last episode 4 was fear. And who knew, Stefan, that the day after we published this podcast, that the Ukraine would be invaded by Russia, and that brought the world into fear, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, from one day to the next, even though it was in the news, it's been building. It wasn't I guess it wasn't a surprise, but it was a surprise that they actually did it. And depending on where you are, where you come from, maybe you thought that was going to happen no matter what. I guess I'm always the optimist. I thought that wouldn't happen. I was hoping it was just a bit of not in a nice way, but neighbor bullying. So I want to take a moment, everybody, to acknowledge the invasion of a sovereign nation of Ukraine by Russia, and just let the Ukrainian people know that we're standing behind you in every way that we can without actually making it worse. And we're donating money to the Red Cross, the Swiss Red Cross, to other organizations. If anybody listening out there has any financial means to support those sorts of efforts, medical help, transport for refugees. And another big one for me, because you guys know I love animals, is that I've been lobbying. I mean, when I say lobbying, signing petitions for the EU to remove restrictions around animals. So as Ukrainians are fleeing their country, very, very tragically, they don't want to leave their pets behind to starve or to, worst case, be destroyed.
Yeah.
So animals are a big part of many people's lives. And Poland did remove all restrictions. And I think that the EU is working towards making sure that Ukrainians that want to leave can get across with their dogs and their cats and things like this. So support that if you can, sign the petition to support that. And maybe, I don't know, Stefan, is this an example of why the world could look differently if we took care of our inner self, our inner child, as we talked about in the fear episode, and finding solutions and not going to brute force, killing innocent people because we don't like the politics that country is employing for their own good? I mean, this is heavy stuff.
Yeah, of course. I think definitely. I mean, if it's all about what you focus on, what you have learned in your childhood, what you have learned in the 7 years in your childhood, the circumstances. Then, when you grow up in a war situation as a child,
Ugh,
of course,
that changes you,
this
right?
this is your blueprint that you have. Okay, killing and this and that, and then that becomes, you become that then also a little, and act also like that. If you don't change actively, the good thing is everyone can change his programs, even if the programs are written the way we don't want them when we're an adult. But we can change the programs. But we need to be aware of that, and we need to want that.
Yeah. And I think we just all collectively, I would like to see the world collectively put more emphasis on harmony, mental health, and helping people deal with when they have these kind of inabilities to connect with other people, and you want to strike out in anger and rage, and you think you're justified to harm somebody else, and you never are justified. I mean, unless you're defending yourself, of course, or your child. But anyway, I don't want to. I'm not trying to be political, but I just strongly disagree with what's happening, and I want to send the people in Ukraine a message of love, and I also want to send the people in Russia who are protesting and who don't want this. And I heard a letter written this morning by a Russian soldier, to his mother, saying he's heartbroken. He's heartbroken. He says Ukrainians are throwing themselves under the tanks, innocent, people, not soldiers. And this Russian soldier is feeling horrible. It doesn't want to be there. It doesn't want to do these things. So, Russian citizens out there who are standing up against this, thank you so much. Godspeed with you, and I hope you stay safe as well. But collectively, I think we should show solidarity for these people.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so that leads us now to episode 5. We've been teasing super learning, and Stefan's going to explain to us maybe another time about what super learning is, and then we're going to get into it. So let's go.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, it was interesting on the way of preparing. And I was the other day, like 2 days ago, I was preparing for my lecture and workshop, which I'm giving now in March.
Yes.
About the subconscious, because our last podcast really made me think about that, how important that subconscious topic is. And I decided to make a lecture and a workshop in March about that topic and connect it with losing weight, because obviously it is a part of losing weight. So anyway, I was preparing
We'll
for the
link
lecture.
that. We'll link that too. Just so you know, we'll link that to the show notes. Well, it depends on the timing actually, but I'll make sure that we do a little promote that on our social media for you, because I think that's a
People
great
can
idea.
come and be live with me there and asking questions and really bringing the things on the table, which for them are the struggles. Not for this is still very private, so I don't make it that everyone talks about everything in front of everyone. So we can, I'll still make that very private in a way, but it will be in English anyway.
Okay. Oh, good to know. Good.
And I'll figure out that one thing that you said already today in the podcast already, but that it really popped up into me. It's like, don't try to be perfect. Don't try to be perfect. Don't be too hard with yourself. Just relax, because nobody is perfect. And if you try to be perfect, we know you're going to kill yourself by trying to be that, because nobody can. But also don't feel sorry for yourself. Because if you feel sorry for yourself, then you don't move on and you don't develop. So it's about getting up and getting up over and over again and move forward in whatever we want to do. But of course, change takes time. Everything that we want to change will take time. So if you have never brushed your teeth for 20 years and you start now to brush your teeth, it's nice, it's good, it's cool, but the damage that you have done because you have not brushed your teeth the last 20 years won't go away in 2 days, in 5 days, in 2 months, in 5 months. It will take longer. So we need to be aware of that. And whatever we do today in the super learning session, it's not about quick fix. Nothing will be quick fixed. But it will need to take time to do a new technique and a new concept, implement in our life, making it as a routine, as a ritual, and doing it over and over and over again. And after a few months, you will achieve results with whatever you do. So change takes time, that's clear, but a clear decision doesn't take time, doesn't take a long time, because a clear decision can change our life today. If the decision is clear, if we're not clear on what we want to change, then we are more, I'll try to change a little bit in my health. I try to change a little bit in my financial situation. But if it gets too complicated, or if I don't like it, then maybe I'll stop and I try something else. So that's not a clear decision. A clear decision, it's really a decision that we make on whatever we want on, yes, I'll do this now. Doesn't matter what it takes me, doesn't matter how much I have to put in. I want to do that, and I want change something, whatever it is. So a clear decision that just came all up in my mind a little bit by preparing for my lecture.
Okay.
So about investigating, I just want to talk a little bit before I start with the super learning techniques. I want to talk a little bit about the Sherlock Holmes concept that we have said about getting curious, Sherlock Holmes. And I would like to talk something about cause and effect. My big learning in my life was when I started to learn the Chinese medicine, because before I saw things from a different angle. And in Chinese medicine, you always try to see the cause and effect. So an effect, for an example, an effect could be that your neck is tensed, or your blood pressure. Let's keep it on the blood pressure back again. Your blood pressure is high, or your weight is too high. And this is the effect because of doing something that happens. And now maybe I make an example with the tense neck, or with tension in your back or your body. So if you have tension in your body or in your neck, and you make a nice massage and the tension go away, then that's it, you know. But if the tension it's here over and over again, even after a massage, after doing some nice exercises or relaxation for your back, and the tension comes back again, then obviously the course, it's something else. And we need just to get out sometimes and try to understand. And that's what I'm doing in my job as a coach in Chinese medicine and Western medicine, trying to understand what's the course of things that we need to change, that the effect also goes away. So if someone wants to get rid of a high blood pressure, of course, if it takes medication, that helps at the moment. But in fact, the medication only presses the heart, the blood pressure down. Yeah. It's not getting rid of the cause. It's just pressing
it's masking. It's masking. It's not curing.
Masking the symptoms down.
Yeah.
Which it's okay. It's good that you not get a heart attack, or it's good from Western medicine that we can do that, but it doesn't solve the problem of why did high blood pressure developed. And of course, there are certain things that we have to look at. There are 5 things that we have to look. Even if people are different, we always say like, yeah, but it's individual. Everyone is different. That's right. That's true. But 5 things are the most important things that we have to look at anything that we want to change. First of all, how is our sleep? How much hours do we sleep? And how good is the quality of the sleep? If the sleep is too less or the quality is bad, the recovery doesn't work proper. And if the recovery doesn't work proper, the vitamins, the minerals, everything will be in your body brought, then you will not achieve, or you will harm on your system. So sleep, it's one of that. Breathing is the second thing. If you not breathe proper enough and in a proper quality, that will impact our oxygen, Sauerstoffaufnahmewert, the VO2 max that you're talking.
Yeah.
So the quality of breathing, it's very important. And the most people only breathe about 5 to 10% of the lung capacity.
Right? Shallowly.
And if they're stressed, they breathe even less. So the most people breathe only like that. And how can you expect your body to work proper if you breathe for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years only like that? So your lungs have the capacity to breathe like that.
Yeah. Wow.
That's why today I will also do a breathing exercise. So the breathing is the second part. The third part is Flüssigkeit. Our body is made out of, I don't know now exactly, 75% or whatever it is. It's just a huge amount of fluid. Yes, air up.
It's
a huge amount of fluid. So if we don't drink enough or the wrong things, or if we consume things that takes fluid out of our body, then we will harm also. There was I did a lot of research like 10, 15 years ago. And there one book, that was so interesting. One book really said like 95% of all the sickness diseases on the world is because people don't drink enough. There is not enough fluid in the system to move the blood, to move the organs, to move everything. So fluid, it's a big point. So sleep, breathing, fluid. Then comes food. Food is the fourth part that we all need. It doesn't matter if you Chinese person or an African person. It's about the quality and the quantity. And what I always do, because people come to me and want to change the weight, they want to change the weight, but they doesn't want to change something in the diet. They say like, yeah, can you help me to change the weight? But I don't want, I know I eat very healthy, I don't see something to change there, but I want you to help me to lose 10, 20 pounds. Then we should get into the macros. We should know first, we should do an analysis. Okay, how much protein, how much carbs, and how much fat are you taking in per day and per week? First doing the analysis, first understanding what you really eat. And people will be surprised because they think they know it, but when you write it down for a week, you start to realize, hey, my carbs are 85%. And a little bit of protein, and the fat, maybe not even fat, is here.
We've been sold the wrong information for so long. I didn't know about in Switzerland, but in America, there was this crazy zero fat phase. And then they put everything was zero fat and 0 calories, but it was obviously wasn't anything good for you. And so now, like I try to snack on things like macadamia nuts, an avocado with olive oil, almonds, things that are very high in fat, but are brain food.
But it takes time for us now to change that blueprint in our brain.
Hell yeah. Especially
Fat
being an
is
American. Oh my
fat
God.
is
Growing up in
bad,
the
and
80s.
if I want to lose weight, fat is even the worst things I can do.
Yeah.
So we need to change that. So we need to be aware what we eat and how much do we eat. So the food is the fourth one, and the fifth one. What's the fifth one? What do you think?
Exercise.
Everyone needs it. Doesn't matter if it's in China or if it's in. So we had sleep, we had breathing, we had water, we had fluid, we had food. What do we need to survive?
Exercise.
The last one.
Love.
Yeah, also love.
Exercise.
Always move.
Movement.
It doesn't even need to be exercise, but it needs to be moving.
Yeah.
Walking, moving. If you lay in the hospital for I don't know, a month or 2 months, you start to lose everything. We need movement. If you need 10,000 steps per day, this is just an idea of the WHO, which is
right.
Okay, which is good to and also we need to observe that how much movement do we have and what's the quality of the movement.
Yeah.
Do we have enough flexibility? Do we have enough strength? Do we have enough movement overall? Because movement will change everything in our body and also in our mind. So we need also the movement. And if we do all that, and to do all that, you need to be aware of that. And that will have this impact on the cause and effect. Because sometimes people come to me because, of course, sometimes people come to me when they have problems. And the problems sometimes are quite complex and huge. They go like, yeah, why do I have this skin problem? Why do I have this sleeping problem? Why do I have this or that? One time I can remember one guy came into my office and he screamed at me, like he was like, yeah, now I'm fed up of all that people, they know everything because I have so much back problem, and now I'm coming to you and maybe you know what I should do. He really screamed at me for about 5 minutes and explained me all his reasons why he couldn't fix that. And then I asked him like, yeah, well, so what do you do? What do you think while you have your back problem and you can't get rid of it? Yeah, I don't know that. That's why I'm here for you, with you, and you so obviously are an expert, and maybe you can tell me now what I should do with what exercise I can do with for my back. And then I asked him, well, yeah, I don't know, but maybe. But maybe you can tell me a little bit more about things. So tell me a little bit about your food habits. Because the food, you need to know, the food has a strong impact on pain in your back.
Oh.
A strong impact.
Okay.
So strong that people don't even, but of course, most people don't make the bridge of that and think like, what does has food to do with my back pain, with my problems on my back? Nothing. But it has a lot to do. So I asked him, so like, how is your food? And then he was screaming, even like, yeah, my food is good. My food is perfect. I eat very healthy and everything. It's okay with that. We don't need to talk about my food. I want to have exercises that you can help me to get rid of my back pain. You know what I did?
What? Said bye.
Yeah,
I can't help you.
I told him, I'm very sorry. I can't help you. You need to find someone else.
Yeah.
If people don't want to see the whole picture of those 5 things, then they want I don't know. Whatever.
They're not ready. They're not ready.
They're not ready
to change. They know, and he knew it. He didn't want to change, but he just wanted his back pain to go away.
Yeah. But what the good thing about today, so that's why I always worked with experts together. So it's not everything, it's in my own brain that I developed. So I always looked over about investigating in Sherlock Holmes. I always looked on the whole world. Where are the best people? And by the best people, I don't mean the best magazines to look at the pictures. I mean, where are the experts, the coaches, the athletes? Where are the people who have the the best results on the sport, in medicine, in healing, Deepak Chopra, how all they're called, really the top of the top experts. And I always wanted to know, Eckhart Tolle, and I always wanted to know, what are they doing? How are they doing things? And I always put that knowledge back to myself, and I implemented in my systems. So I made my own spin on that, but I took the most important methods out of experts. So what I also tell you today about we go through the super learning sessions, didn't just popped up in my own brain. So it's from experts. It's from experts like Professor Bruce Lipton. It's from experts like Dr. Joe Dispenza. Those are the two huge experts on the world right now, leading scientists with scientists teams behind that, who really developed a lot of those stuff, and a lot of other experts. And one of them, it's also, because it's important to know that, it's Rob Williams. Rob Williams is the founder of Psych-K, of the Psych-K method.
Okay.
The super learning that I do today, has my own spin, but a part of it's from the Psych-K method from Rob Williams.
Is Psych-K a version of super learning, or are those names interchangeable? Is Psych-K the same thing as super learning, or Psych-K is a version of super learning?
Psych-K is a version of super learning. There are different versions of super learning.
Okay.
Super learning, it's the title above, and there are few super learning methods. Psych-K is one of them. And Bruce Lipton is a big Professor Bruce Lipton, the scientist, the scientist, he is a big fan of Psych-K. That's why I also came on Psych-K and tried it out, and tried it on myself, and really also wanted to see how does it feel. And I've found out that it has a huge power, as a lot of people do. Yeah, so that's why I had that. And today, the good thing about today also is, like, we can measure a lot of things today. Like in 20, 30 years back, you could not measure so many things, or we couldn't. So you just had to, meditate for 10 days, and then you could feel how it feels in your heart, and you could feel that you're kind of feeling relaxed in your body, but you couldn't prove it in a way how we can prove it today. So today, some measurement methods that I also use with my customers, because people want to see results in numbers. They want to see also, not only feeling,
mostly on the scale.
They want to put it on a scale. And in that field, I work a lot with heart rate variability. I think it's important on that point to say that we can measure the heart rate variability. And the heart rate variability, it's a picture of your current state of your health, of your nerve system, of a lot of things in your body. The heart rate variability, it's very important. And people and scientists also found out that we have a heart magnet field, Herzmagnet field. And this, if your heart rate variability works proper, like in a balance, you're in a balance with your nerve system, with your breathing, with your blood pressure, then that magnetic field from your heart can spread out to about 3 meters. So 3 meters around us, we can have a field of magnetic feeling. And that's interesting. That can be measured. And of course, as stronger that magnetic field is, the more we can, for example, cultivate love, or cultivate gratitude, or wisdom, or peace, or whatever we need to cultivate and nurture in our system. And it has also an Abgrenzung to us. How do you say that? Like a shield.
It's a shield. Yeah.
Like a shield, like in Star Trek.
Yeah.
They have this shield where it protects you from not get hurt from other people's opinion, from failures, from whatever you have from outside. So this shield, it's also very important to keep you confident, self-confident, and that you have the power of getting up all the time, over and over again, that you don't feel sorry for yourself too much if you have something, that you search for help, that you search for people, for mentors, for senseis, as we say. Sensei is a title in martial arts. Sensei is a teacher. You need to have a teacher, a mentor, a forebild, you know, like people.
You need mentors for all throughout life. I believe in that. People that can just guide you in different ways. And even if they're not people that you know, but people that you read about, you know, like Eckhart Tolle or
exactly coaches. You need to have coaches. You need to people that face you, face you with the reality,
accountability,
you know, that help you to become wisdom, to develop wisdom in your life, because you need to become, and lean back and saying, like, beginner's mind, we call it also in Far Eastern medicine, beginner's mind, like, get rid of everything you think, just be here and observe out of this beginner's mind.
All right, well, let the transformation begin.
Let's the transformation begin for a super learning session. So again, it won't change your life today, right now, in the very second. You will need to nurture that and do that. Practice. But this is, it's a practice. You need to practice this once or twice a day. You need to do that over and over again. And I will do now a little warm up. I call it a warm up now. It's of course not a warm up in the sense, but I will do a warm up a little to make your mind to go into that state of being relaxed. Because with the mind, as I explained in the episode 3 about the subconscious mind, it's now important that we are able to go with the super learning method a little into that subconscious area. And to make that, we need to shut down the system a little bit. And by breathing, by a special breathing method, we can do that, and we start to calm down our mental construct. Because in mental construct, like in the heart, we have heartbeat, and in the mind, we have mind waves. The mind waves are structured in 5 areas. We have the gamma waves. The gamma waves are the very focused one, strong one, as we talk now. The gamma waves between 35 heart per second. Then we have the beta wave. Beta waves are also fast waves when we talk, when we learn, when we explain something. And then comes the alpha waves, the alpha brain waves, getting slower. Those are the super learning waves. The waves when you feel like you're in flow of something, when you go for a walk and you start to feel like, oh, in my mind, your mind starts to clear out. And then comes the fourth wave form. It's theta waves, and the theta waves are the important for us, because the theta waves are the waves where we need for the super learning methods. Those are the hypnotic waves. They are between 4 and 8 heart megahertz beats per second, and they're really slowly. And in that super slow waves, the subconscious starts to open, and we can implement certain things that we want to implement. So this is first important to understand. And the first exercise we do now is a breathing exercise. That breathing exercise is called Tummo, T-U-M-M-O, Tummo breathing. You know, maybe some techniques from Wim Hof. Wim Hof.
I've heard of him, like the ice method, right?
The Iceman, Wim Hof, and you're also doing that different breathing techniques. And the breathing techniques originally from Far East. The Tummo breathing techniques are from Thailand, from the Buddhist breathing method. It's also called fire breathing.
Oh, yes.
It's the same. Tummo. It's
the breath of fire.
Fire breathing. I don't know if it's breath of fire. Just call maybe.
We'll find out.
We do that breathing first. It's a little intensive. You need to be prepared. And if you feel dizzy, if you feel uncomfortable, then you need to slow down it a little bit. So
and don't do it if you're driving.
Don't do it if you're
listening
driving.
to the podcast.
Yeah, you're listening to the podcast.
Pull over and do the breathing exercise.
It's good if you would have a sitting position. Yeah. And I need to explain quickly what we do. What we do now, we start to breathe we start to breathe through the energy system in our body. I need to stand up because they start in the root chakra. The root chakra is the lowest part. Then comes the sacral chakra. Then comes the solar plexus chakra. Then comes the heart chakra. Then comes the throat chakra. Then comes the third eye, forehead chakra. And then comes the crown chakra. Those are the energy systems in our body. And the chakra energy system should be balanced. The chakras, those are 7 chakras. Actually, there are 114 chakras in our body, but the 7 chakras are the most important chakras. Chakras are comparable to wheels on your car. If the wheels on your car they're not good or not enough air, then your car starts to wobble. So the wheels need to be in a proper condition and proper air. And the chakras, if the 7 chakras have too much or too less energy in, then your life doesn't flow.
Okay.
Your health doesn't flow. Whatever needs to flow doesn't flow. So that's why we make this chakra balancing in the beginning. So we start to breathe. I'll explain it a little bit. We start to breathe on the bottom, on this root chakra. And the root chakra, to breathe in that, we tense our perineum. You know what the perineum is? The Beckenboden. I do.
Yeah.
Pelvic floor. So we tense that. So we tense the perineum. Then we pull in our lower abdomen. We pull in our upper abdomen, and then we suck up the air. So we suck up through the nose. We suck up the air to our heart, then to the throat, then to that third eye point, and up to the crown. So we breathe and we to inhale through the nose, inhale, 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 till you mentally on your crown, and you feel that you breathe in like with the straw, that you have a straw, and you pull in the air from down from the perineum, lower abdomen, upper abdomen, up to the crown. And when you're here, you hold your breath, and at the same time, you still tense your perineum, pull in your lower abdomen and your upper abdomen. So you pull that all in, but you keep your shoulders relaxed. So you're not pull your shoulders up, you keep your shoulders relaxed, but you pull up your air and you hold your air. So make sure that you not get dizzy. But now what we do, we start with tensing the perineum. Pull in the perineum. Now breathe in. Breathe in. Pull in the perineum. Breathe in pull in your lower abdomen. Breathe up. Pull in your upper abdomen. Breathe up, breathe in, feel in your heart, in your throat, in your ear, on your crown. You can close your eyes, breathe in. Now hold your breath. Hold your breath, maximum. Still hold your perineum, pull in your lower abdomen, pull in your upper abdomen. Hold your breath. Pull up that air like with a straw. Hold your air. Hold it. Hold it. Relax your shoulders, hold your breath. 3, hold it. 2, hold it. 1, and release.
I think I sucked up too quickly in the beginning.
Breathe slowly and release. It needs a bit time to get used to that.
Do you do 7? Are you thinking 7, 2, 3, 4, 5? Are you kind of counting to yourself?
I'm not counting to myself. I'm trying to visualize the perineum. I'm pulling in the perineum. So there you pull. You pull in your lower abdomen. You can pull that in. Then you pull in your upper abdomen. You're trying to visualize those chakras. You can pull, or you can also count to 7, or trying to visualize them, pulling them up. Them up. We do it again. Achtung, ready, steady, and go. Pull in your perineum. Pull up your air, pull in your air, pull in your lower abdomen, your upper abdomen, pull it in, breathe up, breathe in, not too much, breathe in. Now hold your breath, close your eyes, hold your breath, relax your shoulders, pull in like with a straw, pull up your air, relax the shoulders, hold your air, hold it up in your crown, hold it. Visualize maybe the color white. when you're in your crown, visualize the color white, but pull in the lower abdomen, the upper abdomen, the perineum, hold your breath, relax your shoulders, hold your breath, hold it 3, hold it 2, 1, and release. Breathe in and out, relax. Breathe in and out. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Now you need to find your chest. Maybe don't pull too much, too strong. We do it one more time. Again, start from your perineum. Pull in your perineum. Pull in your lower abdomen. Breathe in. Pull in your upper abdomen. Breathe in. Breathe in. Like with a straw, breathe up. You can close your eyes. Yes, breathe in to your throat, to your third eye, to your crown. Breathe in, hold your breath. Hold it. Hold it. Very good. Hold. Pull in the perineum, pull in lower and upper abdomen. Hold it. Relax shoulders, hold your breath up. Visualize the color white and your crown of your head. Breathe. 3, hold. 2, 1, and release. Release and breathe. Just relax. Breathe very calm and slowly. 3 times. Inhale. Very slowly, and exhale. Now relax everything. Relax your shoulder. Relax your chest, your neck. Just breathe slowly in and out. Relax your body. And again, breathe in and breathe out. Good, you can open your eyes. That was the preparation. Normally I'll do this 7 times. Now we only did it 3, but we need to go to our super learning exercise after the warm-up. But can you feel, how does it feel right now for you?
Yeah, it feels good. I felt a little lightheaded after the first.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could tell something was happening. So
yeah,
sort
that
of,
can
yeah,
be,
like a physical response.
Yeah, that you get a physical response. So be careful with the intensity. If you do that again, then pull it up.
It was just the first time, I think.
Yeah.
And maybe
In the first time,
sucked up
sometimes
too
it
much air
happens that you
initially.
suck up too much, and then you have too strong tension
Yeah.
in your upper body. So you suck it up very slowly. And when you hold the tension, when you hold the breath in your crown, then you're still being aware of the perineum, tensing the perineum, pulling in the lower and the upper abdomen. At the same time, when you hold your breath in your crown and visualizing the color white.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can see, of course, it does take a while till you all know that. So there's no quick, but that's a very powerful exercise to start before our super learning session now. Okay, the super learning session starts. Again, we are now trying to tap into the subconscious, and I'm not able to explain now everything with our time frame that we have. So I will just do the exercise with you, and you know it from the third episode, from the episode number 3, that the left side and the right side, the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere of our brain are important, that they start to synchronize, because then we have a better impact in the subconscious mind. And that's what we're going to do now. But first, we start to look for a quality of something that you would like to achieve right now in your life. So this is not lower my blood pressure or losing 10 kilo or having a goal like that. So it's behind that, the quality. Imagine how you feel, or the quality that you need when you lowered your blood pressure. What is the quality? The quality could be something like peace.
Mm-hmm.
I am peace. It could be something like calm.
Mm-hmm.
I am calm. It could be something like wisdom. I am wisdom. Or it could be something like grateful.
Mm.
I am grateful. So we choose one of those qualities. Let's maybe choose the quality calm. Or let you choose one. Let you choose one. What do you
I
think?
was thinking about peace. I mean,
Let's choose.
that
Let's choose.
resonated with me, peace.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's it's important that you choose something that resonates with you. The others are not right or wrong, but something will resonate with you, and you just choose that. Maybe people that listen to us, they can choose calm, or they can choose wisdom, or grateful, or peace. Peace is a very good one.
I like peace because it also represents not only battling externally, but battling internally.
Yeah.
So peace with yourself as well as peace with others. So for
Good.
me,
So
that feels like
that's
strong.
why what we do in that super learning in this affirmation, we repeat the phrase, the affirmation, I am peace.
Peace. Okay.
As we remember, the subconscious has a problem to think forward. The subconscious can do things that you are right now. And if you repeat the phrase, I am peace, then it makes that you are become peace. So now the second thing, so now we have the peace, I am peace. Now the second thing what you need to do is need to maybe not laying, but maybe sitting back in your chair and starting maybe to think or to feel, where do I feel that quality, find the place where you have this quality of peace in your body. So just finding somewhere, don't overanalyze that, just finding somewhere peace in your body. Maybe it could be in your heart, maybe wherever it is, just try to find that peace in your body. So we have that peace. And now what we do, you need to sit, you can relax in your chair also. And now you need to cross your feet, cross the left feet over the left feet over the right.
Okay.
So cross your ankles from the feet. Left feet crosses the right feet. And now you bring your right hand, cross it over the left hand, interlock it, and bring your hands up. A little bit of yoga here. So trying to kind of relax, still try to relax. So now your feet are crossed and your hands are crossed. So now we do 2 minutes. You can relax in your chair. And afterwards, you can also close your eyes. And now what we do, I'll explain it again. First, we inhale very slowly. And by inhale, take your tongue on the...
Your tongue, yeah.
Die Zunge on the top, inside on the top of your mouth. You know what I mean? By inhale, you inhale. Ja, genau. Slowly, deep inhale. Take the tongue on top of your mouth. And by exhale, I just show it first. By exhale, you whisper. You only whisper. Your eyes are closed. Then afterwards, you relax. You whisper, I am peace.
Is the tongue still at the top of your mouth while you... No. Okay. That's hard then. Okay, good.
You need to whisper because your subconscious can hear very good. You inhale, you breathe in, bring the tongue up, breathe in. Now we do it together. Breathe out. I am peace. Inhale. I am peace. Inhale. I am peace. Feel that in your body. Inhale. I am peace. Inhale. I am peace. Last time. Inhale. I am peace. Now you can open your eyes. And now, normally we do it 2 minutes. 2 minutes on one side. Now you change your feet. Cross the ankles from your feet on the other side. The right ankle is over the left. Now change your arms. The left arm goes over the right. Just change the arms and bring it up. By crossing the legs and the arms, we are interlock between the left and the right hemisphere from our brain. We're using that power from the body in our brain. We synchronize now the left and the right hemisphere. Relax your shoulders, lay back, close your eyes, and again, breathe in, slowly, deeply, and I am peace. Whisper it. Inhale, and I am peace. Feel that in your body. Feel it. Inhale. I am peace. 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 Last time. Inhale. I am peace. Good. You can open your eyes and release. Relax your hand and release. Breathe and release. Good. That's the quality that you implement now in your subconscious mind. In the beginning, of course, there is a tennis match with your conscious and your subconscious. Like, what is he talking about? I am not in peace, but this is your conscious mind. If your subconscious mind sucks that feeling in long enough, strong enough, your conscious mind starts to believe that. Because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what is real and what you make up as real for yourself. And with that super learning technique that I showed you, you can do this in the morning and in the evening. And you should do this for a while. I have done that for many years now, and it brought me tremendous good power, energy, whatever I needed in my body to be able to achieve whatever you need to achieve. Because remember, in the beginning, it's not so much what you have, it's what you become. If you become peaceful in your life, your blood pressure will start to sink. You will be able to do things that will help you to become peaceful. It's a quality that we nurture. Sadhguru always describes it that way. I like his funny humor. He says, like, if you want to have flowers in your garden, you don't need to spray the flowers with perfume that they smell nice. You need to nurture the soil. If you nurture the soil, the flower will grow and the flower will smell by its natural growing, cause and effect.
Excellent. That's fantastic. You know, I didn't think actually, I think I thought I would have thought I'm not peace, but actually I didn't have any restrictions. I just was like, you know, I guess also the breathing helps you to kind of focus as well, that you're not letting your mind run. But I thought it was very relaxing.
Yeah, so that's why it's first important before you do that exercise to bring your mind waves down by meditating or doing a breathing exercise, something that calms down your voice in your mind. Like,
I see. Yes,
you
that's
calm it
effective.
down. And when you calm it down in that theta wave area, with we can do this. I do this normally. I also do it with qigong, 5-10
Yeah.
minutes qigong, and after that we're in this calm state, and then we do that super learning method, and that will nurture. It's like soil and planting the right seeds and nurture a plant who is coming up. And then, but then now you know what you're planting. If you seed is sunflower, then after a while you will have a sunflower and not a coconut tree.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to be surprised then. So that's why if you seed is peace, then your flower will be peace, and you will become
I
peace.
like
And
that.
everything you do, everything you act, everything what you do, but you need to do it twice a day. Remember us brushing your teeth. If you stop brushing your teeth, it doesn't help if you know that brushing your teeth, you need to do brushing your teeth daily, otherwise it won't hold. Or the same thing with the shower. It doesn't help if you shower once in a month. You need to shower every day, or I don't know, I shower every day or twice a day, but then you will be smell nice. And
Yeah.
it's exactly the same thing with those subconscious methods. And of course, that's something that I learn. For example, people in the 3 months results coaching, I learn them exactly the method, how they work, and doing it with them every twice a week, doing it with them, that they can do it on themselves, on their own.
Wow, that's fantastic. Well, this was really cool. And I think, again, our timing is kind of fortunately good to think about peace as well, right? Peace within ourselves, peace within our community, peace within our family, peace around the world. And
Yeah.
so, wow, thank you so much. I don't think we should go beyond this. I think we should
No,
sort of
let it sink.
let it sink in, let it sit in, and then hopefully everybody will join us for episode 6, where we sort of kind of talk about building more accountability, building a team of people around you in one way, shape, or another, to your board of advisors, your board of directors, that will help you go forward. And whether that's a coach like Stefan, or another area of your life where you feel like you need support. I mean, usually we have more than one area that we could use a little guidance on.
Absolutely. And
We'll address that.
I will do because I'm a person who likes to achieve something by doing something, not only talking, also doing. And I will do an exercise in the last series also, something that you can use as a ritual in your life. Very short one,
Okay.
30 seconds, 1 minute maybe. I always do that with my kids.
Oh, good. I think that will be very
I will show
valuable.
you that, because you can do it with kids also. It helps kids to develop the self-confidence.
Ooh,
It
nice.
helps a lot to them. It also helps to us, but it also helps to them, which is a very cool, very simple and cool method. And I will guide you quickly to it. It will take 5 or 10 minutes to go through that.
Okay. Well, good. Now we have more to look forward to in our final session. And maybe we can also, if it works out, we can have you flip the key, which we mentioned in one of the podcasts.
Yeah,
because
I'll do this. We didn't have time for it
We didn't have
today.
time,
I will
yeah.
do this next time. I will do this next time, just in the beginning of the session. I will flip
Okay.
the key. And it was funny. I told you the story before. I
Yes.
did flipping the key already in a workshop, but it was like a small key from a door, and like a week later, one customer of mine, she came to me and said like, "Hey, I have another key for you.
Here's a challenge, Stefan.
Can you also turn that key? Because it's a huge key. It's very heavy and a huge key." And I said like, "Yeah, let me try to turn it." And I could. So I will show that to you next time, not to show off. Show off doesn't help anything,
No,
but to make clear the synchronizations between your conscious and your subconscious mind. If you synchronize that, if you learn that long enough, and if you synchronize your conscious with your subconscious, you can develop power to your focus on your mind that you could never imagine. So I will turn the key only on my hand, only with my thoughts and my belief.
The energy, right?
The energy, I will turn the key in my hand.
Cool. Ooh, we're going to end on a strong note with episode 6. Fantastic. Well, thank you again, Stefan, for your time, for your wisdom, for your insight, and for your message of peace. I took a lot of value away from that, and I'm going to try and do some super learning for myself because that
Very
sounds
good.
fantastic. And we will mention again your March 17th. I think this podcast might come out after that, but we will make sure in other venues, and for anybody listening to the podcast after that event, to keep an eye on your website as well as mine, because we'll do something together as well in the future. So
Because
there's lots to look forward to.
Because wealth and health fits together, right?
They should never be separated. Yeah,
Exactly.
fantastic. Good. Okay. Another fantastic episode. Namaste to you, Stefan. Namaste to all the people out there listening.
Also to everyone, or as we say in martial art, Hus. This is more a martial art, the martial art greeting. It's a little bit more.
Okay. Power.
Young style. Power.
Young style. Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. Thank you, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you back here soon.